We're early. I started it. We're live.
I can't even see you.
You can't. Oh, you're right. You can't. My bad. Oh, it's because it's not plugged in. Duh. That's my
You're,
fault.
you're so not professional.
I'm slacking. Oh, I don't. See, that's how you add people to the call. I didn't know that.
What?
I found the call button.
Hell yeah.
Turn video on. There it is. There you go.
I always forget how shitty your,
It's so bad.
how bad your,
Look how bad
bad
this is,
you look.
people. This, like, I'm showing it on the screen. What's up, Taylor? What's up, Johnny? I'm showing how terrible it is.
Are you?
Yeah, I dragged it down into the middle.
It
What's
is
up,
bad.
Chris? What?
On my side, it just looks so nasty.
Oh, I know, because this webcam's from the Stone Age. We got some people in here.
I don't have my computer, so I can't see the people that are inside of it.
The Midwest, that Midwest internet. It's not the internet, it's the webcam.
It's really crazy how you go by the years and you see things and how much it changes. Like right now, if you watch an edit today, it's going to look so great and amazing. If we wait 5 years and go back, that edit's going to look like dog shit.
I don't think it's going to be, I don't think so.
That's what you're saying now, but I never thought anything would be better than HD.
You're right, but at the same time, like, there's only so good that your eyes can see, and that can't phone or screens can be and be perceived by your eyes. Like, once you get above a certain quality on a screen, your eyes can't see it anymore.
Well, it's going to be to the point where you feel like you're touching it.
Right. Oh, it'll be, yeah. Like, why do we even need filmers anymore? Let's just use 360 cameras and use VR to watch the edit like you were actually there.
Yeah, I mean, your cell phone or your cell phone's way better than any VX edit that's put out nowadays.
Or ever, yeah.
If you put out a VX edit, that shit's stupid.
It's for the feel. Yeah, it's for the. It's for
the wannabe skateboarders.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I mean, I get it if you're trying to be artistic.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember the old low-tech video when
No.
Rich Hirsch used one of those big shoulder cameras?
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
They filmed the whole video in Portland. I think it had Ian Schwartz, Nate Cleveland, Jesse Whaley, and a few of the other dudes. And they filmed a whole, I don't know if it was low-tech or Fremont. I think it was a Fremont video. And they filmed the whole thing with an old-school shoulder camera.
That's sick. Somebody said DV tapes forever. Somebody told me one time that someone told them, some street person that's like famous, I don't even know their name, they said, if you aren't stealing your DV tapes from Walmart, are you even riding? Are you even riding street?
I'm not going to lie, I've been with a few filmers that have stole some when we went on trips. I'm not going to lie, I have done that.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a joke.
And the other thing that I've done is we borrowed somebody else's tapes and then recorded over that shit and then accidentally recorded over our own shit.
Oops. The infamous Jug is back. What's up, Levi?
Got on?
It says 5. How many people we got in here? If you're in here, say what's up.
We got 5. That's probably the worst.
Yeah, I'm gonna put us on Instagram and see if we can get a few more.
It's good. Well, actually, it's not the worst because you got to remember it's the weekend.
Yeah, it's a holiday weekend.
It's a holiday weekend, and the guys that normally are on here, let's be honest, they're our age, and they finally get an extra day off.
They are not watching YouTube right now, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely, dude. They are drinking some brewskis, hanging out with the kids, and going to bed.
Oh, if I wasn't here right now, I'd be sitting at a fire at the trails. We dug on the whole main line today.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What are trails?
These like, it's kind of hard to explain. So like, if you imagine those old things that people used to ride called quarter pipes, it's like shaped like this. Okay, not a spine, like this. Okay,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have coping like the quarter pipes used to when people rode them. And then there's one of those, and then like, you know how there used to be those things called box jumps too.
Yeah.
So they had a top to them, and then they had landing. Well, it's like there's one of those, and then there's another one of those that's not as steep on the other side, and then you take away the top. That's I think, to my understanding.
So for your guys' backsides, do you guys just go and find big ass logs
No,
to bury?
no, we're totally against that. I mean, but everything's already built too, so like, doesn't.
Why are you totally against that? That covers more ground.
Because it what's the word? It decomposes into dirt and then it settles. Or if you ever have to move anything or dig on anything like that, it's just bad.
Well, that's how you pick up all the vegetation and all the nasty shit, and then you bury it on the backsides. The best thing to find is barrels, like old oil barrels and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
That's what we do for our backside.
everything's already built down there, so there's no need for any of that. Like, we're not building any lips or landings anymore, except for this one new line.
I don't know if you remember, like trails in like the late '90s. It used to be the lip, and then you would have the backside, and then you would just dig from the backside, and it would connect to the next lip. So it was like this. So it'd be the first jump, you come, and then you jump, land on the backside, and then you go through the hole that you dug to build the backside. You go into that to go into the next lip, and then it's just a connecting view.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Through.
That's literally, that is how the trails at Apple Creek like started. Like,
Yeah, that's the old school way.
well, that's the thing about it, is like, they've been there for so long that literally the level of ground, like where the jumps are at, the tops of them and stuff, is almost where the level of the ground used to be, and the entire place has been dug down so that the level of ground is like all flat. It's crazy. That's how much digging has gone down.
Oh my god.
Oh Jesus, what are you doing? I'm putting this on Instagram. We're live.
Instagram.
Swipe up, do the thing. Come see Ricky talk.
So I've been crying for the last week because I finally got injured. And when I say finally got injured, that's usually what BMXers expect. So then when we get injured, we do that. Oh, fuck, dude. I hope it's like a twisted ankle or something that's just a few weeks.
Yeah, but you got ribs, which is ribs.
Yeah.
can be a couple weeks, but it also can be a couple months.
Yeah, I forgot the worst part of the ribs, though. I got it right underneath the armpit.
What'd you hit it on?
I'm filming for a video part, and I haven't filmed for a video part in like 10 years, so I'm on my second clip, and there was like 20 people, like Tony Hamlin and all these dudes showed up, and we were at a spot, and I basically was trying like an oppo stall to jump from my bike, land onto a pole, do a somersault, and then flip off of the pole back onto a bike. And when I was upside down, I forgot to let go, and I just went around and went underneath the pole and slammed my
Hit on the pole with the ribs.
Yeah, but I didn't let go, so my feet were still in the air. And then I did the typical, like, and then I ran. You know when it really hurts, you don't want everyone to look at you.
Gotta run it
so
off.
You have to like run away.
Run
and
it
then
off.
when you run away real far, you're just like, and then people know it's serious, so they come over and ask you. And then the person that asks you, you look at them, you go, dude, is everyone laughing? And of course, they're all laughing at you. If your friends don't laugh at you when you get hurt, I don't know what kind of friends you have. But yeah, so I was just embarrassed as shit because obviously anything I film is a joke. So now my ribs hurt, but I haven't been able to ride, and I'm itching because everything revolves around riding in my life. I wake up in the morning, go to Instagram, look at that, and then I check the work Instagram so I can post, BMX parts. Then I get to work, and I watch kids' edits for the sponsor me tapes, and then we do the web store stuff, and then I call bike shops and I talk about BMX, and then you know discuss BMX with my boss and my coworker, and then people call and talk about BMX, and then I get off of work and I look at my car, and my car has a bicycle in there that's BMX. So it's just all BMX. It sucks, and when you're injured, it's the worst.
Yeah. It's funny how you still have the yellow sticker on the bottom of that Magic Bullet container. Mine's the exact same way.
Yeah.
Still have the same sticker on it. Yeah. Someone said, "Oh my God, it's Ricky." It is Ricky. Indeed.
Who's that?
NMB 247.
Awesome.
That means
That's a pretty
something.
good name.
That means something. What's NMB mean? 24/7. Not my business. 24/7.
When's the last time you had an injury?
Dude, I don't like to talk about injuries.
Yeah, but I'm being serious. That's a part of BMX. Like,
Yeah, I know, but if I talk about it, I'm gonna wreck tomorrow and get hurt.
yeah, but it happens. What I'm saying is I'm not, knock on wood if you believe in that bullshit, but everybody gets hurt. And the worst part is, I'm being very honest with you. When I get hurt and I have to go to the doctor, I always say, "Is it broken? Please tell me it's broken." And the doctor looks at me and goes, "You're out your fucking mind." I'm like, yes. If it's a broken foot, it's easier to heal than a sprain or torn ligaments or anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or, as bad as this sounds, I'd rather get a fucking concussion.
Yeah.
Which I've had so many of those, it's not even funny.
What's up, Ryan? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know how, I can't see who's in there, but when you guys get injured, how do you feel? Like, how do you cope with being injured?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because, I want to ignore BMX because then it makes me not want to ride, Like, if I ignore it, then I don't have to feel like I need to ride.
I'll say, in the past, if I ever couldn't ride, I was still at the skate park or the trails every single day.
It's the worst addiction.
Someone said I figured out how to weaponize healing. I'm very curious. Tell me how or what that even means.
Tell me you're a flatlander.
Never been injured because I do the same trick, 10 tricks every day. Then someone said ligaments suck balls, but I thought he said ligma. I was like, I don't think you get the joke, man.
No, that's the worst, man. In BMX, dude, tearing and spraining is so much worse than breaking.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather get a really deep cut and get stitches than a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I drink a lot to not feel the pain.
I don't like burns though. Like, burns fucking suck. Like tire burns and like crazy places. Like the inside of your calf muscle from bar spins. Oh, that's the worst feeling too.
Someone said the Matt Hoffman way, duct tape it and ride through it.
Duct tape my ribs.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if any of you guys have ridden with Matt Hoffman lately, but the last time I rode with Matt, dude, he's only, how old is Matt? 51, 50?
Yeah, something like that.
Some little kid's like, holy shit, look at that 92-year-old dude trying to ride a bike. And Matt Hoffman had like a torn shoulder and 2 broken ankles, and he was still trying to ride this like 12-foot quarter pipe over at Power's bike shop.
Of course.
And he could barely make it. Like, it was sad. And it was even sadder that, like, the kids watching didn't give a shit or understand how amazing that was.
Yeah, well, they probably just didn't know.
Well, I mean, we get into that topic all the time. Here's the even funnier one, is they had a best trick on that 12-foot quarter.
Yeah.
And some kid did a 900 on it. and nobody even clapped.
That's bad.
Nobody. And I looked at Matt Hoffman. I was like, yo, in all of your life, since you're the first person to do a 900, did you ever think some random ass kid in the back of a bike shop was just going to bust a 900, basically barely over coping, and nobody claps their hands?
That's
That's
funny.
how nutty BMX is sometimes.
That's true too. Like the hardest things look easy or are just normal. That person who said he weaponized healing said it's a big 14-year project to earn his fifth degree black belt. And somebody asked if you were talking about Burt Jam last year.
Uh, was it last year or 2 years ago?
I have no idea. He would have probably been there though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was at Powers though. I think it was 2 years ago. I don't know if it was last
Yeah,
year.
he said 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that kid was cocky or nothing, or people just didn't notice it because so much craziness went down.
Yeah.
But it always blows my mind how some people did like.
Do you think it? Okay, here, wait 1 second. Do you think that it was because he wasn't part of the clique that was there, or if it was because people just didn't care as much as they should have? Because sometimes you'll get people who just are part of this clique and they don't want to clap or be psyched for someone because they're not part of the crew, you know?
I think it's a misunderstanding when somebody's so fucking good that you just. I don't know if it's expected. Yeah, you just expect it. Like if Nick Bruce shows up to a skate park, you expect a 360 backflip bar spin or something like that. You know what I mean? Because this kid, other than doing a 900, he was doing like, foot jam the bar spin back in off a 12-foot quarter.
Yeah.
He was airing like 12 feet and doing the clickest inverts. So
yeah. Who are you talking about?
Impressive. He rode for Haro. I don't know his name. It was just some amateur kid.
Rode for Haro. I feel like the only person that makes sense you saying that is Alex Liebrock, but he doesn't do 900s.
It was another kid that was there. That Alex kid was there though. Or that Alex. Maybe it is that Alex kid.
I don't think he does 900s though. So it probably wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been him because I don't think he does 900s. It wasn't him
doing it, but he was there. This kid rode for Haro.
Alex rides for Haro too.
It's so weird. Like people that ride for Haro BMX nowadays, like the team is so stacked, but they don't have like street riders. Like they got the kid.
Mike Gray. Mike Gray. Mike Gray's a street rider.
I know, but I'm talking street rider. That guy's like a skate park rider that does fakey bar spins off of a roof. I'm saying like they just don't have like a street rider, I feel like.
You mean like Dennis Anderson?
No, Dennis Anderson is a fucking machine. Like Dennis Anderson right now, this is going to sound really crazy, but I would love to see a game of bike against Dennis Anderson and Garrett Reynolds.
Yeah.
And if it was big and burly, I feel like Garrett would lose a game of bike to big and burly. But super technical, Garrett's going to whoop his ass.
Chad Curley.
I rode with Chad Curley a few times.
I'm just saying he's on Haro.
Yeah, but he doesn't make sense either. I'm talking about like
Are you talking Brandon Began Street?
No, not even so much Brandon Began. I'm talking about just like a regular street rider, like a Brady Tweedy or somebody that's like that. Like just a random, like how kids are nowadays, street rider.
Oh.
But I mean, I guess to be on Haro, you got to be a bad motherfucker. So.
Yeah, someone did say they're all contest riders too.
Well, there's a kid that's on Haro Premium that lives in New York. I'm forgetting his name right now. He hangs out with Billy Perry and them all the time.
I don't know.
So I guess they do have one kid that's like that. But the East Coast is so left out when it comes to BMX a lot of times that, a lot of companies, it's like New York isn't the big thing like it used to be before. New York was like the biggest thing for years.
Yeah.
And now it's like New York is just used for people to come over here to make an edit, and that's it.
Well, there will probably be like a resurgence of it with a bunch of new spots and stuff throughout the years coming up.
Well, it's so funny. Like, Stranger Team was here last week. Like, there's always teams here, and I can go to the city and try to ride with them. But it's just like, when you go to the city, you just go in circles. You really don't get the ride.
Yeah.
You go. Everyone thinks you bunny hop on cop cars and shit when you come to the city, and it gets really annoying. It's it's like a wrestling match gone wrong. Is what I feel like when you go to New York to Red Street.
Yeah. Someone said the coin flick makes me look like an evil villain. So it's like
the what?
An evil villain. $1 billion. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Has Tam Wade come on yet?
No, Tam Wade's not on here yet. You missed it, Ricky. You weren't here for this.
What happened?
This. Hold on, let me get it ready.
Oh, your sponsorship?
Oh, you're not even going to be able to read it, are you? Not in this bright light.
I can't see. Oh, sponsored by...
Wait, ready for it? Ready for it?
Feels good, huh? That's so sick.
That's so funny.
So, since it happened this weekend, we might as well talk about this. What did you think about me guessing right that Jordan Hango was going to win?
Dude, all right, hold on. Before we go there, Ryan Spruce donated $5 in a super chat and said 40 plus and riding 22s till death.
Fuck yeah. He rides a 22? Here, let's ask him a real question since he's donating. Ryan, right now, if you could have any BMX company in the game right now make a tire for you, which company would you want to make a tire? Because I know you guys are missing out on tires and wheel sets. Because I know the Revenge wheel set is pretty much...
Alienation makes a 22-inch rim. I'm just saying, but that's not a wheel set. That's just a rim.
No, I know, but they want like a legitimate wheel set, and they want more of a legitimate tire. But nobody wants to make a tire because it costs so much to make one.
Yeah.
Because they all have to run like a Maxxis or something generic.
Who makes the tires that come on current 22s, like the DK and the We the People?
Yeah, but they're all generic tires.
That's what I'm asking. Like, who makes the tires that come on those?
It's the same company that makes everybody else's, just with their name on it.
Does Fit and S&M not have one? Because they make everything for a 22.
I think they might. They make like a Revenge tire, I think. But the tire nobody likes. If he's a 22er, he should know.
Yeah, we'll see what he says. But what were you asking?
I was asking, how good does it feel that I told you that Jordan was going to win?
Oh, dude. Okay. I am kind of bummed with the placing that happened with that. He said S&M makes 2 different sets of 22-inch tires.
All right, here. You're at your computer. This is what you need to do. Who were the judges for X Games? That's what you need to know first.
How do we find that out?
They should tell you the judges on there.
But,
the Real Street 2019 judges.
I don't know how we find that out. Does anyone know?
I know Lena Gonzalez was one.
Yeah, I don't know how to find that out. Hopefully people... Wait, Dak?
Okay.
Dak couldn't have been... Was Dak a judge?
I think Dak was a judge, too.
Okay.
All right, so you want to take who the judges are first and foremost when it comes into a contest.
Well, that's BS.
And you got to play into that. Huh?
Well, that's BS.
How is that BS?
Because who a judge is, it shouldn't matter who the judge is. The best video should win.
Real Street. It's called Real Street.
It's called Real BMX.
Real Skate Park.
And it's a video contest. It's not a trick contest or a you do the best trick that pleases me contest. It's a video contest.
What's the title?
Real BMX.
Yes. Okay. Real BMX. What?
2019. It's not street.
Shut up. It's Real BMX.
Street isn't in it at all anymore. They used to call it Real Street, but they don't anymore. It's just Real BMX 2019.
Okay. So all of us know it as being street. That's all we're gonna say. So homeboy that was riding skate parks that were in street spots is not gonna get he didn't land his trick at the end. So let's just all be honest when it comes to that. That's people are gonna be sticklers about that, right?
Yeah.
And Greg Ellingworth is a really good rider.
His video was great. It just wasn't the best video. Like I wouldn't argue that he should have been in the top 3 anyways.
Right, but you can't wreck on there, and you also shouldn't be looking for spots that are skate parks. That's what he basically wrote the whole time.
I don't know. That kind of makes it his own thing though. That's real BMX for him.
Right. But is Dakota going to be stoked on that? No, Dakota's
I don't give a shit if Dakota's stoked on anything. It shouldn't be judged on his stoke. It should be judged on the video. It should be objectively judged.
If you were a judge and somebody threw a fucking decade in there on a quarter pipe or an ice pick on something that related to you, you're going to feel a little bit better about that.
You want to know what I would be? I'll be real. I would be real. I would be extremely excited to see that. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to be like, man, as the video plays, I'm going to be like, God, I hope that this video lives up so that I can justify putting it where it deserves to be and hope that it makes it, because I'm a fair person who doesn't use bias to judge things the way that BMX does.
Okay, well that's why you're living in Ohio.
Yeah, I know, because I don't suck the BMX dick. That's why. That's exactly why. Because I refuse to freaking suck people's dicks to get what I want.
Yes, but we're not talking so much that. What I'm saying though is that's how it's going to go, and you have to realize that in the world. So everyone has different preferences and different eyes.
So then that's not a contest anymore. That's literally not a contest anymore.
I'm just saying that maybe it's like
it's a popularity contest then. It's not a real contest then. Because a real contest or a real competition has the same judging criteria that everyone knows all the way across the board.
Do you even know who the judges are?
I don't care who they are.
The last 20 years?
I don't care who they are, because they're literally the judges for X Games and all that stuff for the past 20 years is why park riders all ride the way that they do and why no one takes chances in contests anymore, because everyone has to land all their perfect tricks perfectly or they don't make the finals. It's the judges' fault that people can't be freestyle anymore in contests. Literally.
Well, you better be yelling at Big Island, Lee Ramsdale, freaking Matt Hoffman. Who else is on there? Clay. There's a few dudes that you got to yell at. But anyway, get back to the X Games.
It's literally true.
All right, who ranked in what on the X Games?
Okay, I say two of the people that made finals, or not made finals, two of the people who placed definitely should be there. But a third, I mean, it could go either way. So I get why they did what they did. But hands down 100%, Simone should have been above Jordan Hango.
I mean, at first I chose Simone, then I chose Simone, then I chose Jordan Hango, and then I did Dan Collar for third.
Yeah.
And then I watched Jordan's 3 or 4 more times, and that first trick of him doing the bump jump over a freaking tree stub to tabletop, that blew my mind. He just had so many. You should go to the hospitals.
So we agree on the same 3 people that should have been in the top 3 then, because I said purely based on the videography aspect of it, taking it to the next level, Dan Collar should have won, because it's a video contest. It's not just a trick contest. It's not a street contest. It's a video contest. That means the videography should be taken into account. I said Simone second. I said Simone should have got second. And then Jordan Hango. Third? Yeah.
So you went Simone, Dan Collar.
No, Dan Collar, then Simone, but I put those both like they could be interchangeable. I just put Dan above that because Daryl did a better job than everybody else at filming and editing.
Well, that's awesome that you went that way. I just went by riding, so
Well,
I didn't think about filming.
it's not it's not a it's a video contest. That's the whole thing. That's why I say to everybody, but nobody like seems to think about that. But it's like the
Well, Stu
videography
Johnson
should count.
does.
The videography should count just as much as the riding.
Well, Chad and Simone did a really good job with that filming and editing.
Someone said Brad Sims did not deserve to be up there. I agree with that, but just because not that his wasn't as good, it's just that the other people's were better.
I think the person that got cheese balled out worse than anybody, and it was because of the editing, was Corey Martinez's. Corey Martinez editing on that was like watching, like it was like, do a trick, pan over to something else, do a trick. I don't give a fuck what city or state or country you're in. Just ride your bike, dude.
Yeah.
That ruined everything for me. And then we have controversy. He clipped on the last clip, like, which was crazy and big, but he banged his tire. Like, he didn't land that smooth.
Yeah. They shouldn't have put that as the last clip. They should. Okay, here's what should have happened with Corey's part, and it probably would have placed if they would have done this. They shouldn't have used that fakey double peg in the promo video, and two, that should have been his last clip instead of the case.
Right. But Corey is really good in that clip that he has. And this is purely by saying I'm not better than any of those guys. Those guys are 100 times better than me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that I'm better than them. But obviously, I am just like everybody else, a judge. You know, we're all judging it and judging our peers.
Yeah.
I just feel like Corey shouldn't have allowed them. Corey shouldn't have went with that filming. Like that editing and was horrible.
I don't know. I literally don't even remember. I didn't have thoughts about the editing at all on his. I think it was because I watched it live on here and called out the case.
Well, and I don't want to laugh at that either because that's huge.
Oh, it's
that
insane. It's literally insane.
That. You would never do that. So I'm not discrediting him for that. I'm just judging it by...
You have to compare it to everyone else's. You got to compare it to everyone else's too. No one else had like a case like that except Greg Illingworth, and that was just a death clip, and that's why it made it to the end clip.
He should have used that clip for his beginning clip. That's a great opener of eating shit. Like, people love seeing that. If Dan Collar didn't get hurt, I really feel like Dan would have went a little bit harder. Like, I feel like he got hurt short. He like short-sighted himself and had to stick with what he had.
Yeah.
Dan Collar is amazing. Like, he's just one of those super scary, amazing guys, but not a lot of people know who he is.
Right. I don't know. I agreed with two of the people being in the top, but I didn't think Brad Sims should have been there this year.
I didn't pick Brad in there either at all.
His video was great. He ended it on an up rail to over, which wasn't as good as the wall ride before it, like the white wall ride to flat.
You saw the dent that he put in that rail, though, didn't you?
Still.
He dented the shit. No, I'm just saying, like, obviously, I could be a little bit biased because I work for the company he's sponsored for.
Right.
And I'm good friends for the bike company that he works for. But in my honest opinion, I felt like Brad Sims didn't give it 110.
Someone said he was hurt.
Huh?
Someone said he was hurt.
Nah. But you can't hurt muscle, baby. That guy's...
I'm just saying, that's what someone said.
I just feel like Brad, when he goes out, he can invent a new trick or do an NBD.
Yeah.
That's how good he is. So I just felt like he didn't give it what I thought he could have gave. So that's why I didn't place him there.
Someone said he had an AC separation.
He did have a shoulder injury, though. But I just feel like, his is different. He's had a career for so long, and he's barely had any injuries.
Yeah.
I just didn't put him up there because...
There was three that were better. That's all it is.
Simone's, every time Simone did a trick, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That
it
first
was.
trick, 540 to peg
Yeah,
bomb.
that was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, I was very impressed by that. And then the other thing, the editing and the film work, because those two work together all the time, was so smooth. There was
Yeah,
just a connection.
right. Same with
And
Dan and Daryl.
yeah, when I first watched them, my whole thing was I was looking for the wow factor. Like,
Yeah,
this is the X Games. You're supposed to be the best of the best. And when I watch it, I just want to watch a clip and go, what the fuck?
right,
I don't want to have to watch it 3 or 4 times to like get it. I want to watch it the first time and be like, wow. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like Greg Ellingworth, when he did that, like when he tapped his back tire off the pole thing,
Yeah,
that was super amazing, but I felt like they didn't give it enough. Like the filming wasn't done right. They could
yeah.
have put a GoPro camera that was right there, and he could have slapped right on there, and they could have made it better. I just, who else was in there? Corey, him. I feel like we're not talking about someone that was on it.
I don't even remember. That's how, like, obviously, I literally don't even remember. Wow.
Wasn't there 6?
Yeah, there was 6, so there's 2 people that we're leaving out that I can't even remember anymore.
Well, there's Brad, there's him.
Jordan Hango, Greg Illingworth. Dude, I
Oh, that's
can't
it.
even
I think
think.
we got everybody.
No, there's 6 people. I can't think of the 6 of them.
Yeah, we already did. Hango, Simone, Brad Sims, Jordan, Greg Illingworth, Corey Martinez.
Jordan Hango, you counted twice. You said Hango and then you said Jordan.
Well, his was so fucking good that I had to count him twice.
All right. The only
Well,
thing about his is that I also didn't think that it should be the first place, and why I put it third is because hands down 100% Simone and Dan's had the best filming and editing.
well, I get it. They did have that, but their tricks were nothing compared to how banging Jordan's was.
Yeah.
That over that ledge to over 50-50 off that roof thing, that fucking opposite wall ride to 50-50 to hard 180, that feeble grind to drop, that death drop to 50 was absolutely nuts. And that wasn't even a grindable handrail.
Yeah.
That
It's
thing was
definitely
made
was
of
crazy.
that thing was made of aluminum. That aluminum. That thing was crazy.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
We definitely did list everyone. We just couldn't.
What's that?
What am I trying to say? We did list everyone. Just couldn't name them all at one time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like Corey should be upset by the way it was edited. Because
Yeah.
I'm going by the way I first felt about it. It's easier to judge something when you first feel about it.
Yeah.
And when I watched Corey's, I was like, it was like reading a book. I was just like turning the page,
Mm-hmm.
and it took away all of his tricks. I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah, that and just the way it was made last year, like with the old school edit and all that. It's like, dude, that one
think
was
they got too
so
fancy.
good.
They just got too fancy and thought that would have worked, and it wasn't. The other thing that made Simone so great is Simone picked a song that fit him,
Mm-hmm.
which was amazing. I felt like I know they need video, they need music clearance,
Yeah.
and I felt like Chad and Simone really dug through to find something because they have X amount of dollars to spend on this project,
Yeah.
and they got to go and travel and decide to go where they want, and you need a game plan for this, man. Strategy is the number one. Like Dan Collar was smart. He went back to spots like that curved handrail that he did.
Yeah.
He went back to places and upped himself from previous edits that he had.
You know what they could
mean?
do to make this like actually real BMX? They could drop all 6 of these guys in the same city and make them all film a video in the same city.
Oh, just like back in the day when they did the Red Bull. What was it? Red Bull Meet the Streets or whatever it was called
I have
back
no
in the day.
idea. But that would be real BMX. Instead of getting to pick where you wanted to ride, your exact perfect spots that you pick, drop you in a random
for 6 months too.
Yeah, drop you in a random city for 2 weeks, and whatever you come up with is your video.
You have to drop them in Wyoming.
Yeah, somewhere where no one's ever ridden BMX at.
Well, I mean, Wyoming's got good stuff, Jackson Hole and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, like, the shithole of shitholes.
Yeah.
Drop them off in North Dakota.
Dude, can you imagine? And then, like, don't restrict it to just street, and make it so if they find, like, a set of trails, like, holy crap, like, the whole basis of this video's contest is that they're in the same city and they're using whatever their resources are to make the best video. And then one of them is at a trail spot, and then, like, they go to the skate parks. It could be so sick.
Went on my Instagram when I told people to tell me who they thought won.
Yeah.
Some guys like, well, what about real dirt? I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also a thing.
It would be cool if they did a real dirt and they had, like, you know, like if you had to pick 6 dirt riders, you'd, like, who would you choose? And it would be like, I would like Corey Nastasio, Corey Nastasio, Brian Foster would be a sick one to have.
Leandro overall. Cody
Holy
Dixon.
shit.
What's up, Cody Dixon? What are you doing in here?
That'd
awesome.
be crazy.
You know what I would say that would be even better than that?
What?
6 filmers. Pick 6 filmers. They have to pick whoever dirt rider they want to, and it can't be someone who we all know. Because you know that there's dirt riders out there that are insane that no one knows about.
It would be awesome if they did it like they did back in the day and they give amateurs a better chance.
That's what I said whenever I talked about it, when I did it in the stream. They should do, if they do this in the future, a amateur side of it where anyone can submit a video, then the 6 filmers and riders pick their top 6 videos, and then we vote on them the same way we vote on the others.
Because we wouldn't have Seth Kimbrough or Corey Martinez or Taj Mahalic or Joe Rich if it wasn't for amateur X Games.
Yeah.
Dude,
Godzilla. What were you typing? You gonna make it? You alright, bud?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need ibuprofen. It's fucking killing me, dude. My ribs been just bad. I was in the shower, like it's been a week, right? I was in the shower, like just scrubbing myself down, and my like rib popped. It just went,
Ugh.
and it like moved weird. Oh, it's just killing me.
That's one of those things too where, like, normally, you know, you feel like you can maneuver yourself or pull on something the right way and it feels better. With your ribs, you can't do anything.
It's like the worst. Well, I cracked my frontal lobe, like I cracked my skull from here and up.
That's crazy.
Like this much, like this way, because I did a 360 over a spine, and the other side of the spine wasn't done, so I just nosedived into the ribs.
Oh my god.
And it took like 3 months for that thing to even heal. It was so bad.
Someone said BMX has turned into flips and spins, whoever can combo the most. They missed my rant on that.
Well, I think he's wrong, because now look at the new Vans thing. There's people winning that ain't even doing really tricks. It's more of style.
Yeah, that's true.
Vans contests.
That's absolutely true.
With Corey Walsh and Sergio Leos. Like, that's the kind of riding that I really like. Like, Larry Edgar is by far one of the best style gods right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
but the thing about that is, though, like, that's cool and everything, but that's a style of riding and style of contest that is very exclusive. Because if you, like, it's very obvious who has learned to ride that way and who is naturally riding that way. Like Larry Edgar, Corey Walsh, all those guys, Chase Hawk, perfect examples of people who naturally are gifted to ride that way. And then you look at someone like Chris Fox, who's like very obviously learned to ride that way. At least that's what it seems like.
I just think he needs a speeding ticket. That fucking dude goes 100 miles an hour.
Oh, absolutely. But like you can see the difference between Chris Fox and Larry Edgar.
Well, it's two jocks fighting over who goes faster and higher.
It's why it's kind of more of an exclusive thing, because not just anyone can ride that style and be like that. Like it takes a special kind of rider.
I just wish BMX was like in the early 90s where everybody rode everything.
Well,
Flatland, vert.
maybe companies should promote that a little bit more, don't you think?
Well, you got to promote what sells, and what sells is what kids like.
Guess
what?
what?
Kids like right
What kids like, or what companies tell them to like.
Yes and no.
Yeah. Okay. So companies didn't usher in the free coaster, taller bars era.
No, I think it's by the riders. So Mike Hoder, when he's like, "Yo, I want the perfect 10 bars," everybody had to have the perfect 10. So it's by one rider, and then everybody copies that rider, and then every kid needs that, and it turns into a trend, and that's what they want by their favorite rider.
I don't know, man. I think it's ultimately something that companies help decide, and they help decide what's cool by who they promote.
Well, I can agree to disagree on that one, because I know working where I work, what we do, we try to do our own thing. So
Yeah, but like, does Merritt have any park riders other than Foster?
yeah,
Who?
Cam Gavin.
Cam Gervin. What does Cam Gervin post on the internet? Not skate park clips.
We help out a few people.
But you don't really see much from them. That's the thing. Like, companies aren't promoting the all-encompassing rider. Most companies aren't, anyway.
Well, most kids can't even ride vert. How many kids can standardly do an ice pick on a quarter?
I don't know. Ice picks on quarters are hard.
How many kids can do a foot jam on a quarter?
I don't know.
Those are like the basics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was that thing, the Hour BMX. I almost called it Ride. Oops. They posted that street tabletop or street invert picture, and I commented on it, like, imagine how hard it would be for these street kids who never ride ramps to learn how to do an invert, and like, without doing it on a quarter pipe or a hip.
It's you know, and it doesn't help that skate parks are turning into plazas too. Like, they're taking away a regular skate park, and now they're just turning it into curbs and rails, where it used to be, you know, a 12-foot fucking bowl with a clover bowl and a 6-foot spine with a mini, you know, and a sub box. Like, dude, sub boxes are dead. You know how hard it is to find a sub box nowadays?
Yeah.
If you go to a skate park and there's a sub box there, there's a banked ledge, but there's never a sub box.
Right.
And a sub box to me is anything that's a 4-foot quarter and then
Yeah.
a box.
And it's intentional. You know? Back rail doesn't count as a sub. Back rails are there for safety.
Like, they don't even make real spines anymore.
What do you mean?
Where it used to just be, you would go up and the rail, just one rail, was the spine itself. Like, instead of a double rail and then you have the two things, it used to just be the rail.
Well,
and
who
then
wants
that was the
one?
spine.
Who wants one coping?
I'm just saying, like, they don't make it like they used to.
Oh.
And then they, you know, nowadays a lot of the spines are like this. Like, the deck is like, it has a big deck on it. It makes no sense. Put 2 rails and call it good.
Someone's clipping that clip.
Huh?
Said someone's clipping that. You're like, they don't got a big. Oh, that's funny. Someone said they got a sub box at a skate park near them, but it's infested by scooters. Kids don't learn the basics. They go up to the trampoline to practice on bigger tricks.
You know, that's a funny thing, is I always get DM'd at work, like, how do I get sponsored, Ricky? And it's like, my first response is like, you got to build a resume. People have to know who you are, and you've got to have an edit or a video to send to them. And the video needs to have, like, you can't have hip hop or rock and roll music to it. You just have to have some instrumental or just a raw footage. But people need to see what you have to offer. And then
Well,
also, a cheating way is to make it through working at a bike shop.
yeah,
Because when you work at a bike shop, you get to talk to companies and you get to know companies and you get a feel for how it is.
yeah.
And kids just think like, like, uh, like, I don't even know if they honestly understand. Like when they're asking me, like when I give them the answer, I'm trying to give them like the actual truthful answer. Like
You
you could be super good at a bike, but
you know, here's how I explain it to people when they ask. I literally just had someone message me the other day saying like saying how much they love a certain company and they just want to represent them and go on trips and whatever. And then they ended it by saying, I'm not very good, but this, and this. And I'm like, you got to explain it to where, like, because a lot of people don't realize that parts cost money. And even if you're just getting parts being sponsored, those cost money. So
yep.
it makes it an investment for a company to give you parts. So the way you got to explain it, and the way I do all the time, is to say and tell people that you have to be able to return on a company's investment in you. If you don't have a social media following, or you don't put out videos, or you don't travel or go to contests, then you're not going to be able to help them make their money back that they gave you in parts. So when you can't do that, then no company should be interested in you.
Right, but what they're also forgetting is attitude, man.
Yeah.
Like people want to sponsor people that are outgoing, that are good to people, and are humble. And I can just take myself, being from the middle of nowhere, Montana, and getting the chances I got. And the only reason I got the chances I got is I didn't have a DM. I couldn't direct message the companies
Yeah.
I wanted. So what I had to do when I got a chance is when I met them, is I made them remember me.
Yeah.
I rolled up, I probably said something super annoying, and I rode my bike as hard as I fucking could. And I did every trick I could in front of them to show off.
Yeah.
And I didn't give a shit because that was the only way that I thought that I could get sponsored. And then when I got older, I realized like, oh shit, they're going to want more from me. So I got to start making videos.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I'm not as good as other people, man. I have gimmicks and I have a mouth and I know how to use it. So I sell myself by bringing in a package. And kids got to figure out what they want and what they're going to do and what they have to sell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All I got is bitch cranks and fucking full cabs. And it's always worked for me.
Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not you can get people to be hyped on a company and want to buy their stuff and return that investment.
You're a billboard.
Or what?
You're a billboard.
Yeah,
You're
literally.
a moving billboard.
And it's 100% of the time, 24/7. Your job is to represent a company, and if you can't do that, then you can't be sponsored.
And that's just kind of the corny way. But I just feel like, and I always tell kids to DM me their edits. I'll watch them. I'll give my constructive criticism. And I usually end it on telling them like, hey, when you learn this or you get this, DM me or text me back and let me know.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely care. But I a lot of times what I get is, yo, I like your stuff. Let me rep it. Give it to me.
Right.
Like, what world do you think by saying to somebody, give it to me, is going to work?
Dude, I know. Some people ask me that. Some people literally tell me or ask me for bikes and bike parts and stuff. I'm like, dude, I can barely get stuff for myself. I can't get anyone else anything. Ryan Spruce sent another super chat saying you have to sell out to sell out. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. You're
That's
feeding
pretty
me.
good.
You're feeding me. You really do. And like that's the thing. Literally, everyone sells out some point with something. If you hate your job and you only do your job to make money because you have to, you're a sellout. Because you have to do it. You don't want to be there because you're selling out. It's something everyone has to do, but it's true.
Dude, I need new ribs.
Yep.
My ribs are killing me.
You want some water?
Thanks.
Dude, imagine if you had a water bottle behind the phone. That would have been sick. Yeah.
Do we got more than 5 people on now?
Yeah, we had 20 at one point. It's down to 16 now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Be the one kid at the park wearing a cape.
Just what?
Just LARP. Just LARP on your bike. That's how you get sponsored.
Yeah. I mean, if you want it bad enough, you can get it. I remember when Mike Hoder was just young, and he's like, dude, I'm going to get sponsored. I'm going to be the best thing in BMX, and I'm going to fucking kill it.
Yeah.
And I would hear that all the time. And then it happened. For some people, it happens, man.
Yeah. Chris said, instead of calling it getting sponsored, call it getting a job. Because it's true.
Getting a job?
It is a job.
Yeah, he's true on that.
Yeah, that's good. You alright?
Nah, I'm fucking hurting, dude. It's killing me. Fuck ribs, dude.
Yeah. Hoder is still the best.
ibuprofen.
Don't take too much ibuprofen. This stuff put a hole in your liver.
Yeah, I don't take much of it. It's funny how BMX, you can sit around like we're doing and just talking, and we went from the X Games to being injured to getting sponsored to having disagreements about filming and riding and preferences.
To
Like
me
BMX,
going on a super rant.
you know, BMX just has so much to offer, you
Right.
know, and everybody's perspective is different. Like everybody has something to offer. Like the things that I like and dislike are going to be completely different than what other people like and dislike. And, you know, and then age is a big fucking thing too, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know, obviously there's people that are older than me that are out there riding, but, you know, I have to take my age and then being in the industry and then trying to put clips out and trying to do things like that all the time. And then, like, as corny as this sounds, I'm still sponsored. So it's like, I still got to do those things. Which
Yeah.
I don't ever, you know what I mean? Like, I always forget that. It's like, oh, yeah, I have duties. And, yeah, I'm sponsored.
A lot of people don't realize that it's literally a job and it's literally full time. You have to put in the work to make it, to just give back to whoever.
Yeah, but my age is older, so I have to do double the amount of what a little kid has to do. I have to make my riding more relevant. I have to keep up with what the little kids are doing, but I also have to do things different, and then I have to stay true to myself. And then I have to try to keep healthy. And being healthy is the hardest part, man, because I can't, as bad as I want to do a 720.
Yeah.
Like, that used to be the fun thing to do, is just roll up to a skate park and 720 a jump box. Now, to kids, that sounds so easy and so crazy, but when I was doing 720s 15 years ago, that was a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I can't, like, I don't, my body doesn't work that way. I can't go, like the other day when we were filming, I saw a perfect 4 kinker handrail. It's like a 20 stair rail, whoop-de-doo, but it had 4 kinks. And then I looked at it and I'm like, man, and I hate using this, but it does come up, man. When I was younger, I used to be able to do this. If I was younger, I could do this. Man, I remember when I used to be able to do that. That is the worst thing in BMX to get to. And it happens. is I used to be able to do that, and I try my hardest to never do that. And if there's people that are in there, right, are in the comment section or whatever, if they're in there and they're older than me or they're about my age, they can understand what it feels like to go somewhere and be like, man, I used to be able to do this.
Yeah. There's a couple people who literally are just talking about age. Dan, who just said that he bought battle cranks in 160 recently.
Thank you. Thanks for the support, brother.
Said he just turned 39. Someone said they're going to be 41. Another person said an inversion table might help your ribs.
Oh, really?
That's what they said.
I've been having a lot of sex though too, so that's been fucking me up.
And then another person said they'd love to see boosted fakie airs make a comeback. That would be sweet.
You know who had a really good section that had a lot of fakie airs in it?
Who?
You
Doyle?
wouldn't know this. Standard Country, the Gons.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't.
He did a tabletop. He did a back peg toboggan grab. He did a 1-footer one-hander. He did like a moto air thing.
All to fakie?
Bar spin. Yeah, these are all fakie. It was such a good... I just watched it. It was in 2000.
Nice.
Such a good video part. And he grabbed a launch box or one of those little kickers.
Yeah.
And he set him up, and he did big, huge handrails off of it before Josh Hano. He did a 360 over a car.
Jeez.
So it was a really good section. If you haven't seen Standard Country, look up the Gons. It's so goddamn good.
I'll check it out. People don't realize how crazy BMX has always been.
Oh, yeah.
It's always been insane.
People don't realize, dude, 1986. Look, dude, let's go back to 1984 when Dave Vanderspeck did that bunny hop tabletop in San Francisco. That was completely fucking, so big. That famous bunny hop tabletop. And then look at Dave Volker.
Dude,
look at Joe Johnson.
Bill Nitschke doing the first bunny hop tail whip, and like the picture he's been posting, the sequence of it, so insane. The bike that he's on doing that, like hop whips are crazy, and he did them 30 years ago.
Joe Johnson did the first tail whip.
Yeah, tail whip air. Yep.
And then he did a double tail whip before anybody else did the tail whip air. And then at one time he was trying triple whips on vert ramp.
That's what I heard.
You know, crazy. And when he was like practicing the tail whip, Dennis McCoy was like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Dude, I'm gonna do a tail whip." He's like, "A tail whip on the ground?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna do it in the air on a quarter pipe." And Dennis McCoy couldn't even wrap it around his mind. And this is like 1986.
It's crazy. Back when the bikes literally couldn't hold up to this riding.
Dude, in like 1994, 93, tail whips over dirt jumps were winning contests at the X Games.
It's so crazy.
Oh, dude, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. It sucks.
Someone said earlier you were having a heart attack.
That would suck if I did, though.
That would suck a lot.
36 and have a heart attack?
Let's bring back pedal grind cans.
Oh, somebody's talking about 1992. Are we talking about Ride On?
I don't know.
Brad Blanchard used to do them.
Oh, yeah, he is talking about Ride On because he said Ride On.
Vic Murphy.
Too much coffee, Montana. And then someone said, "Nah, we can get you to the ambulance to you real fast."
I haven't had a coffee in almost 2 years.
Yo, there's a clip of Black Man doing a double peg on a handrail in 87 on an 87 GT Performer. Not in 87, on an 1887.
That's pretty good.
Talking about the Abubakar on the rock. Volker.
Oh, the ride cover, the 50th?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the 50th issue or something? Or the
something. Yeah, I think so. I just listened to
the best 50 riders or something?
I think it was the 50th because I just listened to his podcast, the Space Brothers one. Ryan Spruce did another $5 thing, saying much love to Ricky's ribs and heart.
I love you, Ryan.
Thank you. He's throwing all the support this way today.
Huh?
He said he's throwing all the support this way today.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. I'm tired of being injured.
I can believe it. Ryan runs Temwed 42. They're not in here tonight.
Yeah, man. They're probably out making memes, dude.
I don't know. There's a meme war going on right now.
Probably.
Oh, there is.
What side is the heart on? Is it on the left or the right?
The right.
It's on the right side?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
You're hurting on the left.
Yeah.
Team Temwed. It's not yeah.
What did you think about Jay Miron giving the medal to Jordan Hango?
That's cool.
How great did you think that was?
That's sweet. I'm curious as to how that came about and to, like, if there's any more to it. Oh, yes, because I saw someone comment saying that they heard that Jay Miron told someone that Hango's the real Canadian beast.
Oh my God, that's a fucking compliment to have.
Right. That's cool. I wonder, it'd be cool if he got back into it, like did more. With how many people have gotten back into bikes at an older age recently, you would think that one of these legends would do it.
Not him.
Well, you'd think someone would.
He said he'd rather die than not to be able to ride at his fullest.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you'd think somebody would start again.
Well, Jamie Bestwick's still riding. He's fucking killing it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, someone who quit. You'd think that one of them would come back.
Dave Osato came back.
Is he still riding? Oh yeah, he rode it
every once in a while.
He rode at the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah.
Forgot. Someone said, "So nice to be listening to this. 1:30 a.m. here, going for surgery in like 6 hours. This is calming me down."
No way. Ask that person if I can borrow some meds. Because I'm fucking hurting over here.
Good luck on your surgery, and Ricky will DM you his address later.
Pass me some morphine, homie.
Wait, doesn't that come in like injection form though?
Yeah. You know, as much as we can have our debates and the things that we didn't care for, X Games, and what we didn't like, the thing that's so great about it is it made us talk about BMX.
Yeah,
and it brought people together for BMX, and that's what I'm appreciative about.
The only reason that the conversation is so like heated and stuff is because they're passionate about it.
Definitely, and I just wish, you know, everybody wants to be a part of something, and it's awesome that we can vote, and that gives us our part. But it's like, I think you're onto something with an amateur one would be really great.
Right.
There needs to be more chances, and they need to stop with the age thing. This fucking age thing's getting old.
It's annoying.
Where it's like you got to be a certain age and do all this. Like, it's like once you reach a certain age, they just cast you to the side. You know what I mean?
Well, what's annoying about it is the fact that, like, there's older dudes, there's 30-year-old dudes that are way better than any of these young kids, and they don't get any recognition.
Adam Baker's better than half these fucking dirt riders nowadays, and he doesn't get that much recognition.
The uncovered contest, someone was talking about that. That's a good contest.
Yeah, but it's always segregated to one area and one place where people can't reach, and it's like,
that's all money though.
I know, and we need something with big, like ESPN's helping with that one. ESPN needs to do something bigger. They need another Street Series Jam thing. That was great.
What needs to happen is somebody who's a millionaire needs to come and help out. Some really rich person.
I mean, some dipshit just paid for everybody's college tuition.
Yeah. Let's get somebody who's a billionaire whose kid's into BMX.
Why don't we ask Austin Augie to give back
He
with all
doesn't
the
he
money
have
that he's
jams?
made from YouTube?
Doesn't he have jams?
Yeah, but those jams are selfish. I'm talking about ones where he gives back to where he got. Like the Street Series jam.
Doesn't he give away a bike?
His sponsor gives him the bike to give away. I'm asking for him to throw a jam to give back to like he got back. Because of the Street Series is why all of us know who Austin Augie is.
Well, maybe he
When
just
he won the
hasn't
Street
thought about
Series.
it yet. He's doing something. At least he's having jams though. He's probably just not thought about that yet. Like, can't act like he's not doing anything. No, that's just your opinion. You're being a salty old guy there. Because he's actually doing something already. Why not talk about someone who's doing nothing? Like, who's got everything but doing nothing?
All right, I'll give you one. I don't want to get it. Scotty Cramner could do something.
I don't. Could he?
Oh, you got quiet on that one.
Could he?
That dude's got more money and bigger influence in BMX than anybody.
That's
If he started a series and
true.
did something, that would do something.
That's true. Maybe someone needs to ask him or tell him, give him the idea.
Kids are buying oil slick bikes because of that fucking dude.
Yeah, maybe.
People are buying Vans shoes. I don't know why you'd waste your money on Vans shoes, but I mean, you need somebody that's big like that.
Maybe he hasn't thought of it, and someone needs to tell him.
Well, maybe I'll text him and tell him.
There you go. Because, like, a lot of that stuff is just people who haven't thought of these things. It's not like people have thought about stuff and was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Well, sometimes it's not in the cards for people, and as nice as people think certain people are, sometimes they're covered by things. Sometimes they have other motives. Like sometimes...
Oh, you're right.
If people have YouTube channels, sometimes they just live off of that YouTube and they want it for self-centered things. And I'm not pointing fingers to anybody, but some people get lost in their own fame.
Well, I'm here to let everyone know that for the past 7 or 8 years, I've helped put on at least 2 jams a year and 3 or 4 for the past couple years. So if anyone ever wants to say any crap about me, you can suck it.
I don't do shit for BMX. I'm the saltiest of salty.
It's okay. And to add to my previous statement, you can also come ride at one of the jams because it'd be sick.
Me?
No, anyone. Anyone who has anything to say. Because it just blows my mind. There's people around here who have like painted this picture like I'm just trying to make money and get attention on the internet and stuff. Yet they don't realize that I literally do everything you could possibly do in BMX. I dig trails. I throw jams. I make videos. I make videos covering other people's jams. What else is there? I help out with a bike shop.
You don't make your own product and sell your own product yet.
T-shirts, but...
Oh, you have T-shirts?
I got a place to do T-shirts, but there's literally like... I don't know. Yeah. I started a movement, Lip Lords. I didn't start that. I kick-started it back up because I wasn't the original Lip Lords. I run a Lip Lords page where people from all around the world get posted.
I run an old school page.
Yeah, well, so you do something. How-to videos. There we go. It's just...
Hey, we do rider spotlight videos.
Yeah, so like I'm just like giving all of the examples for anyone who likes to talk shit here in Ohio of why you have no ground to stand on.
Well, what I'm saying with it is you got a lot of bigger name guys and they got to do more.
Definitely. There's a lot of professional BMX riders who aren't professionals. But there's also a lot of them that are. It's just there's the smaller minority of them that aren't are the ones that get talked about more.
The caliber's bigger, dude. You're forgetting the talent level. people don't go out to learn feeble grinds anymore. They go out to learn Smith to whip out.
Yeah.
Like they think 3 steps ahead. When we started, it was feeble grind, and then you go Smith grind and 50 grind. They go straight to the trick. They don't even the trick. The grind is nothing. It's the trick out.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, if you did a easy out 180, that was normal. But if you did a hard 180 out, no one even cared. It was like considered easy. Now, like you have to do hard 180 out. You have to do hard 3 out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Things are just more insane now.
Well, like I've said before, it's what you see is what you're going to do. Can you imagine if there was social media back when Dennis McCoy and Matt Hoffman were learning all those tricks? There'd be 30 other people that beat them to the tricks that they were trying.
Right. Oh, you're right. That's why a lot of people are super secretive about what they do. Because there's certain people who have to be that way. Like people like Dan Crook and Brock Rayford who can do crazy up rail like 360s and 540s. Jordan Goodwin is in that group too. Like they kind of have to be like on the down low about certain things, or someone else, one of those people in that group might hear about it and then have that idea and get it done first, which is kind of cool too at the same time because it's like a little competition.
Right.
But for those people, it sucks. I know it would suck.
It's the same with sponsors switching. Like guys have to like be so secretive to try to move from a different company or their sponsor when trying to film, because Instagram and social media will catch it so easy.
Yeah, that's true too.
There's pluses and negatives from social media, but I think there's way more pluses than there are negatives.
Someone just said they find it funny how BMX Gons and Skate Gons have the same name, Mark Gonzalez. I'm going to go on the record right now on camera admitting that I have always thought that they were the same person. But they're from the same era where people did ride and skate, okay? I didn't know.
Well, one lives in Arizona. Well, one lives in San Diego now. And by the way, the Gons tried to contact me last week, and I'm going to send him a bike package. So if that person down there cares, I'm sending him another package, and then I'm going to get a hold of Rat Boy, and I'm going to send Rat Boy another package.
But you don't do anything for BMX.
Huh?
But you don't do anything for BMX.
I don't do anything.
Okay. We're going to see Gons clips because of Ricky.
The Gons just had an edit come out. You know who helped the Gons? Robbie Morales from Colt gave the Gons a bike. So I'd really like to give a shout out to Robbie.
Robbie is definitely in it for BMX.
Huh?
Robbie is definitely in it for BMX, that's for sure.
That guy is a trendsetter, dude. That guy is super smart.
He's just a really good marketer and businessman.
That's because he remembers everybody by their name.
Yeah, who also happens to really love BMX.
And kicks ass on the trails.
Yeah, that's just one of those, like,
you know why they call him a trail boss, right?
What do you mean? His nickname was the Trail Boss.
Yeah, because he'd show up to anybody's trails and he'd make it through their first try.
Yeah, I believe it. Okay, I'm not alone. I thought the Gonzes were the same too. I'm glad I wasn't alone in that.
One lives in New York and the other one's from Arizona. And one's a darker Spanish dude, and the other one's a light skinned.
Oh, until you look into it, you don't know these things.
But they're both goofy.
See? Like, it's understandable to mix them up or think they're the same.
See, I love that the conversation we're having right now is about somebody that revolutionized the Gons, revolutionized being brakeless and doing bar spins in the street.
Yeah.
Chris Moeller, I think Chris Moeller is one of the first people to start doing bar spins. And the Gons is the first one to start doing them in wall rides and stuff.
That's cool. They say that Dustin Reese did the first bunny hop bar spin.
Yeah, I'd really like to know if that's the truth or not. That's a good one, though.
There's no way to know. That's the thing. Not anymore. And that's the other thing about it is too, like, there could have been some dude who no one knows about who would never even hear BMX people talking about these things that did it first, and no one would ever know.
I mean, I like I like when kids tell me, "Oh, this trick's never been done."
Dude, it happens so much. It's so annoying.
Right, and then they'll say, "Oh, this guy's one of the first guys to do it." And then my favorite thing is the crank arm grind. And I'm like, man, Vic Murphy in Cheese or Ride On. No, I think it was Cheese. Vic Murphy did a manual and tried to do like a manual to, I think he was trying manual to peg grind, like a manual to ice pick grind down the, like a 5-stair handrail, and he fucked up and he did sprocket and crank arm on a handrail.
That's
out of a manual.
That's crazy. Derek learned inventing the Derek Duster on accident.
Who?
Derek Adams. The Derek Duster.
That's a good one.
A lot of that stuff's on accident, dude. A lot of tricks that were being invented or that have been invented were products of accidents.
Or it was a joke.
Right. Dude, that's so many tricks I've done. Accidents. Or trying to learn something else and then that happened.
Yeah. BMX is a crazy thing.
You've got that right, man.
What do we got on there? 12 people?
16 people still. It went back up to 18 for a minute.
That's good. Is GK or CK dude on there?
Gold? Chris Gold?
Yeah,
he's been in here. He was the one who said something earlier that I said that was good. I can't remember what it was.
He's like 40, right? 41?
I don't remember. 30 something, I thought. He didn't say his age this time. Either way. Whew, man, I'm getting tired. 36. He said 36.
Oh, he's same age as me. All
there
right.
you go.
Then who gives a shit? Hell yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Sleepy Butt, I'll go and take some ibuprofen. We've been talking for an hour and a half.
Let's end it on a note.
I also want to mention to everybody on here, today we were going to have a special guest, but I got lost in the weekend and didn't realize it was Sunday already, since it's a long weekend. So we're going to try for next weekend to have a guest. And I don't know which one it's going to be, but I would really like Behringer to come on, but I got to see what his schedule is like. So we'll try to get Behringer on next weekend, but we've talked to a few other new people. So we're going to have a few people. And if there's any older people out there, I'm going to try to get Vic Murphy on here because Vic said he'd like to do something. So I talked to enough people that I can get enough people on here.
Let's make it
so
happen.
Hopefully you guys will be interested in that.
Also, we got to shout out Ryan for doing all the super chat donating today.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks for supporting, and thanks everybody for this. And if you guys have ideas or topics that you want us to talk about, we're definitely down. Next week, like I said, I'll try to get on another guest. And then we also check out Brent Moore's. I got to do a rider spotlight. If you guys have any riders that you know that you want me to do something on, let me know, because I'm always willing to check out people, and I always need help.
Right. Yeah, that's this Friday, isn't it?
Yeah. Fuck.
Better match that, Tim Wed.
Hell yeah.
So it was talking about being sponsored by by Ryan for donating.
Sick. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go and take some ibuprofen.
Oh my God! He just did $10.
Who?
The same guy.
Hell yeah, $20.
Thank you, Ryan. You're the man. Thank you.
Fucking A's, man. Well, Brant, you got anything to say?
I don't know. Let's end it on tell me, because we haven't talked about it, tell me who your favorite bike rider ever is and why.
Really?
Yeah, right now. I don't know who your favorite rider is of all time.
Can I go by knowing? See, there's a difference. There goes by personal, and then by.
I want to know
You want?
personal. I want to know personal because then that makes it better than just who's your favorite rider, Ricky?
Uh, my favorite rider that I know personally would be Bruce Chrisman. Uh, Bruce Chrisman is the nicest human being you will ever meet, and he is so phenomenal on a bike. Like I remember, I remember riding with him, and we were at the skate barn, and he was. This was the era where he was just two pegs and brakeless because he took off the front and back brake, or he took off the back brake and the gyro, and he just went brakeless and two pegs. And he was doing double bar spins to like X-ups over spines.
Wow.
And, and big, whips and flips.
Giant
And
fakey
then
stairs.
we went street riding, and we went and rode some curbs. And I did a 180 to 540 cab slider down this bank. And he said to me, Ricky, what do you call that trick? And I was like, I don't know, a slider or something, right? He's like, yo, can I use that trick? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm going to do it my next contest run. So I was watching a props, and at the Toronto Metro Jam, he did a 180 to 540 slider, and it just stoked me out so much. And the idea that when I call him, he's just as excited as I am to talk to me. And I don't know, I just really look up to him. My favorite rider of all time, who I think is one of the best riders that was so innovative, nobody's beat him, he's so great, is Rat Boy.
Oh, I knew that.
John Wrigley has done so many tricks that have never been done. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
And just being able to talk to him is awesome. Like, you know what I mean? But the all-time greatest bike rider in the whole world is Jay Miron, number one.
There it is.
Number one.
There it is.
All right, brother. Well, I love you. We'll talk soon. And everybody, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
And I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye. Be like Ricky. All right. He's out of here. Oh, sponsored by Temwed. You made it just in time for the end, Temwed. I want to give another thank you to Ryan. He said he loved this channel. Thank you. Thank you, Temwed. Always sponsoring. Sponsor. Here, since we have it. God, I hope I don't make people mad with this. This stream. I should make a paper that says sponsored by Ryan Spruce too. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all of the super chatness. We almost beat the record from last time. It's up to freaking craziness. I appreciate that very much. I'm a very bashful person, so I don't freak out like Ricky does about that stuff because I don't know. Makes me feel awkward, but I really do appreciate it. J double backflip. Yep, Jay Miron, the Canadian beast. Let's see. Is there a Jay Miron video we could end this with? Anything we could watch? Let's see. Jay Miron BMX. We'll watch a Jay Miron video real quick. American Muscle. Is it online? Schwan. Ricky knew I was here, so he dipped. Ricky. Oh, here it is. J Miron. I can't play it because last time I played a video from the come up, they freaking copyrighted me. Last time I did that stream, so I can't play videos from the come up or props, or I'll get copyrighted. What's another one? Dave Mira BMX X Games 1997 Run 1. That's Dave Mira, not Jay Miron. Oops. Let's see. Mad Matt. What could we watch? I'm trying to find something here. McNeil video. Jay Moron. Definitely not that. Has there been anything on here that showed that we could play? It's so weird to see this. He's got a YouTube channel, or he's on YouTube talking about his furniture stuff. First double backflip video. Alright, we'll check it out. Let me mute it so we don't get copyrighted if there's any music. And here we go. This is Jay Miron.
Jay is a three-time world champion and the 1995
This is funny.
Tonight on our stage, Jay is going to
Hold on. I can make this better. There we go.
champion. Tonight, Dream Game Schwinn Bicycle Stunt Team. Jay is
Look
a
at him.
three-time world champion and the 1995 Extreme Games jumping champion.
Is this the first ever double backflip to happen, or just the first one in a contest?
Throw a double back.
I'm gonna throw a double back.
Contemporary bike lingo, as yours truly, I'll translate. Jay is going to
Wow.
tell himself
Y'all smoking wet right
two complete backflips in midair.
now. Oh.
and land on
Hey, thank you again for that super chat. I'm just gonna say thank you 1,000 times, so hopefully that gets it across that I am thankful.
To go upside down, take the risk of breaking your neck. This is upside down 2 times, so twice as dangerous.
Well, good luck. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Take off.
This is interesting.
Jay's extraordinary
He's doing it right there in front of everybody.
starts.
Wait, so this is the first one ever, or
In order for Jay to
did he already do it at this point?
complete the double back, he will have to use every inch of our studio.
He will have to use every inch of our studio.
Jay's designed a special 2-story high ramp.
This is
65-degree vertical drop. Jay's spotter is standing right now. Jay will charge down from the
when 1997. Support local streams. Support your local YouTube streamer.
25 feet in the air. Off-foot riders
Wow.
a box.
So this very one, I'm going to ask again because I'm just trying to confirm. This is the exact moment of the first double backflip.
At the highest point of his jump, Jay will be less than 5 feet from the top of our studio. And that's
This is really interesting.
2 backflips.
Midway through the second flip, Jay must
They got a second commentator.
speed and position as he approaches the landing.
He must instantly calculate.
The back tire will hit first, like an airplane. On the angled backside of
Back tire, airplane's back tires hit first, apparently.
just under 50 feet,
At least they called it a box jump.
for Jay to stop safely and
This is science and a revolutionary. No one said, is this exact one?
have emergency medical
That's a resi with a wooden top.
Good luck and be careful.
Good luck and be careful. So is this the exact moment of the first ever double backflip? Oh my gosh. Oh my. The people in the crowd are like, what? I'm fine.
He's okay. Let's hear it for him.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Do you guys think he's gonna pull it?
As you can see, just before committing to a second backflip, Jay bailed out 15 feet above our studio floor. He realized he did not have enough height.
This is
Revolution. And now he will again
this is definitely the 90s.
the double back.
What did this play on? I didn't pay attention. Was it on what channel? Hit it. He had a microphone. Wow. That was perfect too. Dude, that's so crazy. Yeah, it's probably not very many people who have landed a first of a trick and then been greeted by non-BMX riders or people who have no idea what they're looking at. That was awesome. That was unbelievable. Extraordinary.
Look at the monitor and you at home watch the TV. We're going to show an instant replay of this in slow motion.
Instant replay in slow motion.
Come down the bottom, I get a good pump. Hit the crank hard.
Wow. What a tight setup to do that in too.
Up in the air, I'm now feeling pretty good. I hit it with a lot of
No one wears a chest plate anymore. They should.
Here's the commitment period where you have to stay on. There's a bailout period right there, but I stayed through it. As you turn around now, the main focus is spotting the landing. I see the green. I stretch out as you can see there. And
You know what's kind of crazy?
you have the impact slack and fell into the seat a little bit there. Hurt my tush. But I'm all right.
His Canadian accent kind of sounds like an Amish accent. Just a dumb observation. Number one, he hurt his tush. Look at that high-tech camera angle. That was really cool. What a good way to end the stream. Alright, we're going to bounce. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Thank you to Ryan for freaking donating so much. Thank you, Temwed, for sponsoring the stream, as always. Can we watch Tony Hawk clips now? We'll do that next time. Maybe on Thursday. Maybe on Thursday. We'll see. I gotta get off here. I was digging all day today. Or not all day, but I was digging today and haven't taken a shower yet. I feel nasty. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, maybe Thursday. If I get to stream Thursday, we'll do it. We just gotta make sure it's not copyrighted crap. Or we gotta figure out how to get around that. Either way, I'm gonna bounce off here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Once again, Ryan and Temwed sponsoring the stream. Thank you. And we'll see you. I'm gonna upload a video tomorrow. We'll see you then. Goodbye.